So today I'll be trying to explain my power system, the power system that I made, to the best of my ability. So first off, I got this thing. Mainly I have 3 power systems, but right now I'm just gonna talk about this one first, and then I'll just get into the other ones when the story that I want to make is finalized and comes out, because I don't want to spoil everything too much. So first off, we got this thing called the spirit abilities, and the spirit abilities like powers that I call where the god of this world in my series basically. Oh shoot, mine was a mess right now. I just try to clean it. But so this right here, basically, it's just something that the god of my series or my world creates within your spirit, in your soul, right before you're born, and he designs your abilities for you, and he designs it. So he picks one out for you to see if you deserve that one, and tries to make it for the best to see if you're compatible with that thing. So and he had different types of it. So first off, there's the elemental type. Basically, you can just manipulate any element, like pyrokinesis, ergokinesis, electrokinesis. I don't know how to what the light kinetic ability is called, but it's basically, you get the idea. Umbrokinesis, when you're able to manipulate shadows. Electrokinesis, where you're able to manipulate light energy. Electrokinesis, where you're able to manipulate electricity, and a bunch more. Basically, this ability allows you to, it's basically extremely powerful among my entire series, and even the main character has it. So yeah. So I'm just gonna get into the next ability, which is the magical ability, and this allows you This ability basically just allows you to control any type of magic. Not necessarily any type of magic, but not necessarily any type of magic to that much, but basically you can manipulate magical things. You get design a magical ability, and it allows you to do that magical ability, like being able to summon summoning things, or making spells, and a bunch of other stuff. So multiple times the magical ability users are basically kind of like the more prideful ones. They're extremely prideful, and they think they're the strongest one they think they're the strongest spirit abilities category, or spirit ability type, but that's the elemental type in reality. So yeah. Next is the double type. The double types, basically you have, I believe I spelled double incorrectly here, but whatever. The double types, basically you have 2 powers at the same. It's basically when it looks like you have 2 powers at the same time, but really you just have 1 power that allows you to do 2 things. With this one character, he has 2 abilities. He's able to manipulate both fire and ice, but someone believes that he is an elemental user, in the series, you're gonna see that he's surprised about him being able to manipulate two elements at the same time. He thinks that he's an elemental type, but really he's a double type. Not the double type category is not really that known. That's why multiple people don't really call someone a double type user when that's why not many people call someone a double type user when they see someone being a double type using two elemental type abilities or using two powers at the same time. And really, in this category, can only go for the elemental type, the magical type, or the special type. So yeah, basically you just have multiple different types in multiple of these different types in one ability. But you can only have two at the same time. You can't have multiple unless you're like this. You get given it, someone dies and they pass it on to you, or someone dies and they pass it on to you. So yeah. Next is the special type. I definitely spelled special incorrectly here, but that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna get into talking about what it is, so shut up. So the special types, they're not really any of these categories that I listed before, but they just have that type, that ability. So like kind of like Katakuri, when you think he's a Logia, but really he's just a special Paramecia because he's able to manipulate Mochi, and Mochi, when you punch through it, you're able to phase through it. But really, he just uses Future Sight to dodge his attacks to make himself look like a Logia. But sometimes he's able to pat someone. Let me think of my words here. Basically, when you try to punch him, it will just go right through him because he's a special Paramecia. He's just Mochi. You can't really, when you touch Mochi, you go through it. But he also isn't an elemental type at all. He's also not a Logia type. So yeah, basically the special type is basically when it seems like you're a different type of category, or no one can put you in a specific category, because you may have telekinesis. Telekinesis doesn't really go in any of these types, like not magical, not double, not even elemental either. You may have molecular kinesis, where you're able to molecular kinesis and telekinesis are the same thing, but yeah, whatever. Or you may have psychokinesis, where it really can't put you at any of these categories either, because psychokinesis is when you're able to manipulate like short type of gravity around you, and then you're able to levitate yourself or objects. Or you could have the ability to manipulate paper or something. That's like a special type because you don't know which category to put it in. Magical, double, elemental, you don't know. So this just goes inside the special type because you don't know which category it goes into. So now I'm going to be talking about the beast type of version. The beast type, basically, it's kind of like the Zoan type. Basically, all of this entire thing is based off of One Piece, basically. But yeah, the beast types, you can transform into like any type of animal, mythical creature. Basically, only only relates to mythical creatures. It doesn't relate to anything else. It's just mythical creatures. That's just it. Just mythical creature. You can't transform into like a dog or a cat or something like that. You can only transform into like something like a kitsune. And also, a lot of the times you're gonna be seeing this because like this is the most confusing out of all of them, because there's a race in my series where you're able to where some of them are able to transform into different types of animals, and that race in the series can also transform into like a type of it can transform into a hybrid version of an animal. So like let's say there's like you see a lion, like you see two hybrid lions, but you don't know if they're the same race and they just transform into that thing, or if someone is just a beast type user and then someone else is just that race. So you don't know. You don't really know. So yeah. So there's also another category with these spirit abilities. It's called the enhancement type, and the enhancement type basically just enhances your physical capabilities. Like you can run faster, you can think faster, you're smarter, you're more intelligent, you're more stronger. So yeah. Also, I forgot to say one thing about the elemental type users. So the elemental type users, like I said, is kind of based off of One Piece. This is based off kind of like the Logias. So basically, you turn into a specific element, or you turn into like this thing where you can just go through it. Basically, it's just an element where, you know what a Logia is, if any of you guys watch One Piece, but so the elemental type users, when you try to hit an elemental type users, the attack will probably just phase through them, unless you know the specific technique to be able to counteract them. And then after that, they're just gonna know how to they're just gonna need to either know the same technique or just learn how to fight with their abilities without being a puss and just like relying on their elemental immunity. But yeah, that will be it for the video now. By the way, a bunch of the stuff that I've made for like the series and like the manga is not finalized. It's just I just wanted to make those drawings and those panels to like try to see if I would like those character designs to be in those panels. It's not finalized. It's just, everything that you're going to see that's finalized, you're not even going to know about it. It's already going to be published, and I'm going to tell you if it's published or not. I'll tell you when it's published, because I can't really tell you if it's published or not, because you're not going to ask me if it's published yet. But I'll just tell y'all if it's published, and I'll just ask y'all to read it if you want to. You don't have to, but you can if you want to when it does get published. It's gonna be a webtoon. You don't have to buy it, really. You don't really have to pay for anything. So it's just something that I want to do. Just really. I'll start like making manga, like where you have to actually buy the book when like if this series gets good, or like if any other series that I make after this series is probably gonna be a hit and like multiple people trying to see it or buy it or watch it or something like that. Damn, I need to work on. Never mind. So yeah. So hopefully, when this thing does get published, it could be really good. I don't really know what else to say. That's really all I can think about. So yeah, bye. Subscribe if you want to, and if you don't want to, screw you. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, never mind. I'm just joking. You're still a good person even if you don't subscribe, but it would be really helpful if you do. But yeah, bye. This video is probably long and yapping, and a lot of yap because I don't know how to talk in front of a camera, and like I don't really write down a script of what I'm gonna say because it just feels weird to me. It just like feels weird that I just write down what I'm gonna say. Like it just feels weird that I'm gonna write down what I'm gonna say and then I just forget it. Like it's kind of like when someone like doesn't hear you say like something. When someone doesn't hear you like say an expression, and like something with an expression, but then you just like say it with like with disgust because you feel it's like, I don't know if this is just me, but like sometimes whenever someone doesn't hear me talk, saying something in an expressional tone, they I just say it in like a numb tone because it just feels weird to like do the exact same expression I just did when I said the thing before. But yeah, goodbye.